Cool. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. Um, Guys, I saw this video not today, but last time I was looking through TikTok. I
Is it
wanted to
when you
get your
found how
take
to
on
make
it,
your pasta with that's pesto and not green?
bruh. It doesn't matter.
Get off
It
my
was
cliff.
good. It was good.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
you
point.
can't call it pesto pasta. It has to be
It is
green.
pesto. No, it don't.
Just call it flavored
Let me show you.
pasta.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
it was
think
pesto.
the next episode should be about your pasta.
Fine. Hey, everybody can take
Let's get
my
on it.
secrets. Oh yeah, thanks, David. Anyways, back to the topic. Talking about relationships and what it means to be let's say peaceful. A lot of guys would say that. I mean, before we get to the video, what would you guys say about that? I mean, one thing I think a lot of guys would say that they want from their woman is peace. You know, to be their peace type of thing. Would you agree with that?
I would heavily agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Amanda?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, why the hell would you want anything chaotic?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Theoretically, that's what you think, right? But let's go ahead and listen to this video and listen to what this guy says about being a man's peace. All right.
Create more stress, drama, and anxiety in your life because you're trying to be something that this man should already have mastered. And when you can't master your mind, you can't create order. When you can't create order, you can't at all create peace. So in order for a man to have peace, he has to dominate his mind. He has to put in order the areas and the affairs of his own life, and that creates peace. You cannot create peace. You can't be peace. You can be a peaceful woman. What you can do is be a peaceful woman, to not add to those stresses, but you can't be his peace. You can't be peace for him. He got to be able to dominate and master peace by himself in order to be successful at having a relationship with you. It got to be done like that. There is no other way. You can't supplement. You can't come in and create it, because if you try to come in and be anything that he's supposed to do, you by default end up emasculating him. You end up by default emasculating him. You make him soft. A man should be strong enough to dominate his mind. That's the one thing that a man can control. He can control his mind. If he can control his mind, he can control his environment by putting order into the environment, because his mind is under subjection. That's what creates peace for a man, not a woman. Stop being his peace.
Okay. I'm about to get my blood pressure pills after this. So be respectful.
I mean, I can have some takes of it if you want me to allow,
yes.
so you can lower your blood pressure real quick if you want.
Go ahead. Appreciate it, brother. Go ahead.
So, from what I've gathered, like, I do believe strongly, and this isn't just directed to a man, but a woman as well. I feel like you have to be happy with yourself, and you shouldn't expect someone to bring you happiness. They can be an added bonus to your happiness, but they shouldn't be the sole reason why you're happy. So I guess in a way, I kind of understand what he means about the peace thing, but at the same time, he was kind of annoying about it personally. Like, I do kind of believe that, every person, not just singling a man, but every person should be, have some kind of peace to them. They shouldn't be relying on someone to be their peace. But now to make the person, like, if I want to feel at ease with my significant other, that's different though. If they bring that peace to me where I can feel comfort and safe around them, then that's great. But I feel like it is everyone's responsibility to kind of already uphold that kind of, like, that strength within themselves. No, you shouldn't expect it from anyone.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was a lot going on with that video. There was parts I really disagreed with, and then when he got to the part where he said you can be a peaceful woman, or whatever else he said with that, like, you can be a peaceful person. I forget what exactly he said, but you can bring peace to the relationship but not be his peace, is what I got from that part, and I agree with that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he said. Go ahead.
No, I agree with that part, but kind of the rest of what he said, I was like,
He just started kind of going off tangents. I'm just like, bro, shut up.
yeah.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know. Check the
so
blood pressure on your watch, man. What's it say?
yeah, I'm
What's
just,
your pulse rate?
okay, I think we're good now. One, and this is just a question to you, Rick. I mean, have you ever thought about that? What that means? You ever thought about you wanted a girl to be your piece? You ever said that to yourself?
I've never said that to myself. No.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I've said that to myself. Let me tell you exactly what I meant by that. Don't add any more stress to my life.
Oh well, yeah. If you mean it in that sense, then yeah.
That's literally what it means.
Yeah.
Don't add any more stress to my life. In this situation, the picture he's painting, this dude has a lot going on. You should be able to manage everything that's going on in your life. But sometimes it does get draining. Sometimes you just have enough, right? When you go home or when you be with your lady, it shouldn't be any more stressful. We shouldn't be adding stress to it. Sometimes it doesn't always work like that. You have things going on, not always clicking. But the general idea is when a guy says, he wants a woman to be his piece, he generally means, I don't want any more stress in my life than I already have. That is not hard. That is not you actually doing something. I don't know what he meant by that. Actually doing something. You shouldn't be doing all these things to be peaceful. Most guys, I'm gonna be real. I don't think most guys would even want their ladies doing stuff for them. It's kind of like how we went with that conversation before. It's us where we had a conversation before about you're doing something for so long to have to trust somebody else to do that for you is going to cause anxiety, basically. You know what I'm saying? So if you're already taking care of your stuff, having somebody else taking care of it or trusting somebody else is going to cause you a little bit more anxiety. That's not peaceful. So I don't even know why a guy would ask you unless he absolutely needed to, which is already a stressful moment. But generally speaking, it is literally just don't add any more stress to my life. That's simple. Yet his words are kind of saying, don't do that. Don't be a man's piece. Because one now he's painting this picture, right? And unfortunately, I see it all the time. Men and women do communicate differently. We just do. Whatever the case may be, I say something to my girl, she hears something else. She says something to me, I hear something else. It's just, it doesn't always come out clear. When you tell somebody, you tell women in general, don't be that man's piece. That's what they're going to take it as. They're going to take it as, even with the way I explained it, which is a simple way, right? Which I'm sure, Amanda, you would be okay with your man, right? Just not adding more stress to his life. Would that be a hard thing to ask?
Yeah, I mean, no.
I guess so.
No, I'm just
Right.
thinking because I've had somebody say that to me before. And
Oh, say what? Don't. Okay.
yeah, to be their piece and not really add stress to their life. But I felt like they were the ones wreaking havoc on my life, making me anxious and depressed and stuff. And it was that narcissistic guy. So he was trying to blame
Fair
everything
enough.
on me. So it was backwards. But
Fair enough.
I feel like
Fair enough. No. Yeah.
in general, I wouldn't add like stress to somebody's life. I'd be trying to help them come up with solutions.
Right. That's peaceful. I mean, that's helpful. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like, and he's not gonna have everything taken. Like, it's kind of feeding into this narrative where you're looking for a guy to have everything taken under control, type of thing. And it'd be nice to find him, but that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
And there's I think it's fitting into this whole narrative now where it's like some of these women are looking for dudes like to have every single duck lined up, everything perfect, or else, oh no, he's immature. He needs to take care of his stuff, type of thing. And it's weird. Like, there's very few people like that. One, I mean, if you're okay with being alone, I guess that's cool. but it would be ridiculous. It's vice versa. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous for a guy to expect a girl to have everything put together, to be 100% cleaning the house, spotless, cooking every day, um, like and being perfect, and it's just it don't work that way, unfortunately.
I think it's funny though
So
that you brought that up because I feel like a lot of guys do expect girls to be like that.
yeah, it's same as just as ridiculous. It's just as ridiculous. I've learned that from my life. One, I've never been that way, thankfully. I don't know where I got it from, but um, I understand that some people are going to have baggage, basically, right? So in certain aspects of your life, obviously, you kind of decide for yourself what you're willing to deal with, type of stuff. But I don't think at that in and of itself, being someone's piece is a hard ask. The way he explains it is wrong, in my opinion. He makes it sound like it's more to you actually have to do, which will be stressful in your own life, right? And he kind of conflated issues. Saying a guy not having his things together, he could be working on a lot. He could be in that transition stage from not having his stuff together to figuring it out. You know, he may need some assistance. I mean, are we not supposed to assist each other? Type of thing.
I mean, I feel
You
like in
know,
a relationship, it is a partnership. You kind of help each other out.
right, right. And to play devil's advocate, I mean, if you're not supposed to do anything for you, and he does everything by himself, right? I mean, he may come to resent you. I mean, I can see that if a woman's taking care of a man, paying all his bills, he's using her car, type of stuff, and then he cheats on her or something like that, or he's not helping her out in these little small things or whatever. I can see her resenting him. That just makes sense to me. Like, why would it not be the same for the? It's kind of like when it reminds me of I don't know if you've seen this clip. Steve Harvey recently said that these young men today are like out of pocket for asking girls what do they bring to the table. Now, if you asking that question like that, that's a little bit like forward. I wouldn't say that, but I know what you're trying to get at, type of thing. He was saying altogether that question is wrong. What do you mean? What she can bring to the table? She can make another you. I'm sorry. So she has ovaries. Great. There's a lot of women like that. There's got to be something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's crazy with ovaries, I'm not picking her. And it's
Mhm.
just that. And it's like I think a barometer of a good guy is 'cause I feel like some girls will say guys require a lot. You know what I'm saying? Say girls require a lot. I think a good guy requires very little, because most of the time he kind of expects a lot of himself, type of thing. He'll be harder on himself than his woman would be, basically. So in that case, make it an easy space for him. And that shouldn't be hard. That shouldn't be hard. We shouldn't be telling people not to do that. I don't understand what his narrative is. These people in social media kind of like almost scare me with the way they create this personality, this persona, and grift for attention. Basically, I don't like it at all. Basically, it I mean, is the money that much worth it? I guess, but I mean, what do y'all think?
Mm, honestly, I mean, I think I've said it before. I feel like social media paints like this. I think social media is the curse of everything now. I mean, I feel like it's what's changed
Yeah.
ideas, viewpoints of everyone, everything. And I feel like with TikTok now, it just tries to everyone just tries to push their agenda of what is how a man's supposed to be, how a woman's supposed to be. And it's just
Mhm.
it's infuriating at this point to hear like people really try to tell, like in this case, the peace thing. Like, it's just infuriating because you're going to have people that are going to listen to this and think that is the truth, that is right.
Oh no, I saw it in the comment section. Oh, immediate red flag. Dude said, "Be my peace." That's a red flag. What? That's a red flag? So you don't want to be peaceful? That's basically what you're saying. Like,
Well, on that part, it depends on
okay.
how it's said because with the guy that I told you said it to me, yeah, it was a red flag with him because he, like I said, he was the one bringing all the chaos. He was the one making my life stressful. I'd be at home just chilling, whatever, and then I'd be worried about what he's doing because he's like, I haven't talked to him for 2 days or something like that, and it's like weird. But then he wants me to be his peace. But what are you doing? Like, you're all secretive and I don't hear from you and whatever, so be my peace.
Fair enough. All
So
right, fair
I
enough.
guess
That's
I guess in the case like of how Amanda explained, I guess it depends on how it's said. Like if it's like someone saying like, just, we can be together, just don't add any unnecessary stress to my life and let's just be each other's, you know, calm, peaceful factor, like, unit, then cool. But if it's someone that's like pretty much asking a lot of you to bring them, to make them feel good or whatever, then while they're being all, in this case, weird and not talking, then yeah, that's a red
yeah.
flag.
Well, I
But I
just
think it
feel
needs to,
like,
but that's
Okay.
the thing though. It needs to be explained though. The guy just kind of says it in one manner and
yeah.
expects it to be that that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I think it needs to be explained better. I think that's where these TikTok videos and such just make everything so toxic is they just make it just so narrow the viewpoint that it's just like makes it as like that's the only viewpoint.
Yeah,
And no, it's not. You need to elaborate a little more.
I agree. Yeah,
All right.
because with this guy, it was toxic. Like, he basically wanted me to just put up with all his crap and not say anything.
All right. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Clearly that's wrong. It shouldn't be that way. Generally, I'll tell you in my case, for the most part, I handle all the things in my life that, anything else needs to be done. I try to do it. I'm already a peaceful person. I don't cause any more stress. If anything, I'm the
Peaceful or
stress
lazy?
reliever. Listen, bro.
I guess
Listen,
I guess
listen.
they correlate.
Don't come for me.
I guess they correlate.
What? I'm doing all right, dang it. No, but I'm a fairly peaceful person. And my girlfriend has told me many times that I'm like I frequently calming her down, or like I'm a source of her peace basically. And for the most part, she's a source of mine. She never really caused me any more issues. If I am having difficulty in my life, which will happen, he makes it sound like guys will not hit a fork in the road, or you hit something, you pop a tire or something like that. Like nothing in your life will ever stress you out, type of thing. And then you're not supposed to be there. And this mainly, I guess, this mainly focuses on. I mean, unlike your situation, Amanda, I think he's mainly talking about like almost married couples or married couples, people who are living together, type of thing. That's even more so where it's like you're kind of relying on this person. I think nowadays people don't want to be reliant on someone. They don't want to say it. They kind of want to say that like I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life, type of thing. And it's like I don't think that's right either. You do need somebody. I need somebody.
Yeah.
I like what I want to have a family. You need that person, type of
Again,
thing. You know
you
what I'm
can
saying?
blame
Like,
social media for all these
oh right,
skewed
no,
views.
definitely, definitely, definitely. And it's just again the call to action, um, and it doesn't really explain it. If he had explained that a good man should be looking for this, when he means what they should mean by "be my peace," which should mean this, as opposed to what you literally just said, "Don't be a man's peace." So now they're gonna go out, and then if they hear something, I want a woman to be my peace. Oh no, red flag. But he's a good dude. And then they wondering why they ain't looking for finding them good dudes. Well, he don't want no crazy lady. Like he don't want somebody. He don't want to go out here in the world and fight and come home and fight. Like you know what I'm saying? This is obviously aside from things he's done, but even then, it can be approached in a different way. It doesn't have to be any kind of shaming language or anything like that. Usually, your guy is supposed to want to do things for you. You know, um, and I feel like it's not hard to get them to want to do things for them. Let me tell you the story actually. And if my a girl ever sees it, she might be upset, but that's okay. So she had wanted me to, my girlfriend now, right? She wanted me to call the security company for a while, like a minute, like a week or two. I kept forgetting. I'm trying, kept forgetting, right? Kept forgetting, right? So she started to get mad, right? She started to kind of like shaming language, things like that. And for the most part, I was kind of brushing it off, whatever case may be. I was like, this is ridiculous. Until one day I got upset and was like, listen, you're an adult too. You can call them. You know what I'm saying? This whole time you talking about me calling them, you could have easily called them yourself and took care of this. This is not something hard. Like, I don't know why you telling me like I had to do this. You know what I'm saying? When you could do it yourself. If the roles were reversed, I would have just did it. After that conversation, she calmed down and everything. She explained to me she wanted me to call because she felt like I was more understanding of the electronics and could understand how to fix the problem. Oh, okay. See what I did? I called that day and took care of it. I called that day and took care of it. And it was see, she asked the same thing she had been asking for a month. But it was the way she asked. She was actually honest about her reasoning as to asking me, as opposed to trying to shame me into doing things like that. I'm not going to respond to that. I'm almost like distracted because again, as far as I keep saying now, men don't really multitask well. I'm not even focused on the question now. I'm focused on this distress you just caused me and the insult. I'm distracted by that now. That's unfortunately what it's consumed. So now when she acts in this way, being honest with herself and me, great. I don't want to put you in a position where you feel like you're not going to succeed. I can do this, no problem. And that was it.
You know what's funny?
What?
You were happy to do it when she stroked your ego a little bit about it.
You know what? And there's something to that. There's something to that. I read a study. Where it said
my first
that.
thought was, damn, you could have avoided that whole debacle by just doing it the first time.
Yeah.
I explained that, okay? I'm not gonna. I just forgot. All right, I'm probably doing something else. And she told me, okay, cool, just forgot. And then it was like it kind of get to this. So I can understand her frustration, but but mind you, also if she just said that from the get go, I could have done it I might have done it better from the get go. I might have a better chance of doing it. I don't understand because that's what she thought from the get go, right? What she needed to do all this, this performance for, I have no idea. But yeah, I read this study, right? And it talks about kind of like a positive interaction, negative interaction between men and women. And apparently by this study, I'm not saying it's 100% scientific or 100% the case, but generally speaking, men respond more to positive interaction or positive reinforcement than negative reinforcement. Basically, now, not to say we don't respond to negative, but we respond to the positive stronger than the negative.
I think that
apparently women are the opposite.
Really? I was gonna say I think
They
that
respond
could be for anybody, not just men.
right. They're saying the study said women respond more to the negative than to the positive. And my girlfriend, she was like, "That makes sense." I was like, "That do make sense." You remember all the bad stuff I said to you, or the negative. The good stuff is just slide out to the wayside. Like somehow the negative is what to focus on. And I'm just like understanding that. I mean, trying to understand that. Let me try to avoid saying negative things to her because I know I believe it's probably going to affect her more. This is just me trying to be this person's peace, right? And she should be doing the same. Not to say that she's not going to every time we say negative, I do something stupid, which might happen, but it should be with the best interest of that person if I actually care about that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to hear this dude say, "Don't be this dude's peace," I mean, what? Do you not care about this person? Do you not want this person to succeed? Is that a thought in your mind? Is you just out here for yourself?
I think with him though, he just how you said men and women understand things differently. It just seems like he probably just took that differently than we are or something.
Well, he probably did. He probably did, and that's another reason why I try to be exactly careful with my words.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, TikTok doesn't really. I mean, that was a 2-minute video, so I mean, I think he explained exactly how he understood it, and then I'm focusing on his words. He literally just said, "Don't be his peace," because he described it as this. He said, "Don't be his peace," right? He said those words, "Don't be his peace."
Yeah.
And then, so women are going to hear that. And then, like, say if they had a situation like you, right? They're thinking that's what be his peace means, right? Some narcissist guy wants you to do everything with him, but he's not reciprocating.
Yeah.
See, I think the dude needs to make like a part 2, being like giving the breakdown.
Well, with
He did it. That's how you feel
with his explanation though, I kind of got like he said, don't take on the guy's problems. Don't like do everything for the guy. Like, oh, the guy can't do his grocery shopping, so you go do that for him, but that makes your life more stressful. Or I don't know, something's messed up with his car, so then you give him your car, so then you have to take the bus or something.
Well, that
That
just sounds like a scrub.
yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what I got from the beginning part of what he said. Because like I
Yeah.
said, he had a lot to say, but in the beginning with him saying, "Do not be that man's piece. Do not take on all of his problems." That's what I got from that.
Oh no, that's kind of how I got it as well. It's pretty much just exactly like how you broke it down. But I think he could have done a better job of explaining it. That there's that, and then there's the guys who want you to be their piece, but in the sense of just don't add any unnecessary stress.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
think
it.
that's what most
Right.
people get from "don't be" or "be somebody's piece." That's what most people think. But
So
he just explained it a little
so
bit
let me
different.
just right. So let me play devil's advocate now. Y'all got me thinking again. So again, let's say all that's true, Amanda. Right? You shouldn't be doing that for the man. He should be taking care of that. You shouldn't be doing anything for him, type of thing. I mean, that could put him in a position where he's doing everything, which again to me is fine. Like I have no problem with it. But these same women though want to be 50-50. They want to be kind of like as a partnership. How is it a partnership if you let the dude do everything? Like,
Well, I think it depends. He should be able to take care of himself. You should be able to take
oh,
care of
definitely,
yourself. If you want to help him a little bit extra, then okay, but don't take on all of his problems.
definitely right. But let's say he asks for help. He for whatever reason can't figure it out. I mean, at that point, do you still not help him?
I would say you would help him because it's a partnership, or
Uh,
it's a relationship.
right.
It'd be
This
it'd be
guy
one
is
thing.
saying no.
It'd be one thing. It'd be like if they're like, I'm just gonna throw out just a fictional story. I need $100 to pay.
Fictional.
I need like $100 to pay for my cell phone bill, or whatever.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, sure, I can help you out this time. But if they continuously keep doing it, and it's clearly shown that they're not learning,
Yeah.
to better manage their money, or in the sense, and they're just weighing in, hoping that you're just always going to give them this money, then there's an issue.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's like the
That
repeated
makes sense.
offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows a pattern.
Yes.
That is a definite outlier of behavior. Again, it's like somebody does something. If a guy, does something makes a mistake once, okay, he may have just made a mistake. If he consistently makes that mistake, this is him.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I can get that.
That's
So I can get
yeah.
that. But again, just being somebody's piece and not doing that, and that's a red flag. Wow, I can only imagine like what guy you're going to end up with if you're actually trying to be with somebody, and vice versa. I don't. And if a guy is actually looking for a girl to do everything for him, that to me is not the thing either.
Yeah.
I'm not. I actually would rather. I actually prefer. Sometimes my girlfriend don't do things for me because I'd rather do it myself.
Yeah.
That's so
Like make
just in case she makes a
pesto
mistake.
pasta.
Yeah, it was delicious. Thank you very much, and she loved it. So, but
Hey, you're gonna have to cook it
but
up. I'm
yeah,
gonna come over. I'm gonna give a full rating next podcast.
but bet. Yeah, but all right. So that's the conversation, guys. Let us know in the comments section. What do you think about this? Should you be a man's piece? What does that even mean?
And is pesto
Comment,
green,
like, subscribe.
or is it?
Yeah, let us
Oil
know if
colored
pesto sauce is green.
with black pepper
Yeah.
face.
Thank you very much, and good night.
Later.
Y'all, man.